Okay, we are talking to Sarah Lacy, who returns triumphant to Austin.
Take back the night!
How is your trip back to Austin? It's been, what, 6 months? That's the last time you were here?
I think so. God, it feels like longer than that. It feels like an eternity ago.
So what's happened in the last 6 months? Your book?
So my book has come out, and one of the guys who actually started the heckling of me at South by Southwest came to my Washington, D.C. event and personally apologized.
What was the first heckle? What did he say? That was
I think it was something about beacons.
It was, I'm sorry?
It was about beacons.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah. So, it's...
But you didn't create Beacon.
I know, right? So, let's see, other than that, I think I already was working at Yahoo then, so it's, you know, the biggest thing is the book coming out and me doing sort of endless tour and endless press, and every last question every reporter asks me is about South by Southwest, so I get to talk about Austin almost every day. Honestly, I think it was a weird fit for the audience. The sad thing is, a core group of people in the back of the room got so angry that they basically probably ruined South by Southwest for getting people that high profile again, which was a little unfortunate. But a lot of people said they got a lot out of it, and frankly, we broke a lot of news. So I feel fine about it as a journalist.
Do you have a standard line that you give them when you...
Well, you know, the one thing that I point out that that feels rehearsed now because I've said it so many times is, you know, so many people ask me how I can still be such a fan of Twitter and such a proponent of Twitter and so bullish on it, given that that was sort of like the tool of like brutalizing me. And you know, it's really because people see sort of the loud, noisy part, but people don't see all of like the support that I got through social networks too. I mean, there was someone actually did a study breaking down the reaction, which is crazy that it was that newsworthy. But I mean, they found there were like about 500 or so really negative Twitters, which, you know, that's a lot. I mean, I'm not saying it's not a lot, but they also found that 60% came from 3 people, and there were 8,000 people there. So, you know, that's, and then the videos went out and sort of more people watched it. So it's like, by any definition, that's sort of an angry minority. And, you know, a lot of those people have like since apologized to me. So 500 Twitters, 60% from 3 people. I stopped counting it at about 10,000 notes and letters and emails of support. So really, I mean, I left Austin feeling better than I felt bad.
Was it weird coming back?
I didn't think it would be. What was weird is I did a keynote at Gnome Deck in Seattle, and it's a lot of the same audience. It's a really vocal audience. It's a really techie audience. And so that felt more like going back to South by Southwest than coming to Austin did. But I will say I'm staying at the Hilton again, which is where just a lot, I was sort of having all my meetings and a lot of stuff went down. And so when I walked into the Hilton, I did have sort of a like visceral, like sort of tensioning up in my gut of just sense memory of, you know, everything from Mark and I having dinner the night before and joking about how funny it would be if we tried to do something controversial to drive book sales, to like, you know, Scoble and I having it out like in the lobby. I mean, just all these memories, both really positive and really negative surrounding it all, it kind of all flooded back to me when I walked in, and I was kind of paused, but then it kind of went away.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd like come back for revenge, or I posted a tweet last night that there were 2 hurricanes coming to Austin. One of them is Sarah Lacy.
That's awesome. No, it's no way revenge. I mean, I really didn't have an angry experience. I mean, I think the whole thing was absurd, and I've had more people say to me that they never understood what the big deal was, and frankly, I didn't, and Mark didn't, so, you know, I'm grateful. It sold a ton of books, it got me in front of people, and the great thing about a controversy is the people who hate you, and the people who like you really love you, because they defend you, and I mean, it made me more grateful for all of my fans out there, and bonded me more to them, and gave me a tighter relationship with the people who like to read my stuff. So for me, I mean, it was a complete net positive, you know?